Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Charles with Black and Blue TV, back again with another video. So I wanted to highlight on one of the shorts that I've done. Um, it was about Skip Peete and George Edwards being fired. I agreed with the George Edwards firing, but not really Skip Peete, and here's why. I'm looking at Tony Pollard's stats right now, and this is arguably his best year when you look at it because he started 16 games. He had 193 attempts for 1,007 yards. That's with a 5.2 average. His longest was 57, and he had 9 touchdowns this year. And when I look at this right here, he has no fumbles, no fumbles at all. I mean, I understand that Dallas is trying to clean house and things of that nature, but when I look at it, this is like idiocy to me because not only do you have Tony Pollard with 0 fumbles, you also have Ezekiel Elliott with 0 fumbles. I mean, yeah, Zeke kind of digressed a little bit. 231 carries, 876 yards, 3.8 average. As long as it was only 27 yards, but he has had 12 TDs. And when I look at receiving, he didn't do that well in receiving. 17 for 92. Wasn't really utilized that much. But when I go back to Tony Pollard, he has 39 receptions for 371 yards and 3 touchdowns. So I'm looking at this and, I'm wondering why would you get rid of a running backs coach where both running backs didn't turn over the football? Um, I'm just trying to make it make sense to myself, and the crazy part about it is that, this was just right away. I like I said, I do understand the linebackers coach being released because yeah, there was some, there's some issues with our linebackers, especially how we weren't able to develop the young guys such as Jabril Cox. Even though Damone Clark, had some playing time, but what about Devin Harper? I wish to see him more. Instead we had Anthony Barr and Leighton Vander Esch, who let's face it, Anthony Barr is a shell of himself. He's not the same Anthony Barr in Minnesota. And Leighton Vander Esch, he had another neck injury. And I'm just not sure if that's going to be, sufficient for next year because he is going to get older. He's probably going to get a little slower where he loses a step. So I think we need to really put in the young guys, along with Micah because they need to grow with Micah, you know. And on top of that, too, like this is another year where not a lot of the young guys in our linebacking crew got a lot of playing time. So it kind of stunts their growth. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the releasing of George Edwards, but Skip Pete, no way. I mean, I don't think that was a good move. I think it was a, knee jerk reaction after, after this past Sunday's loss, and also I think that it was more so of an emotional reaction because, like I said, somebody has to get the blame. Like our running backs, 1,007 yards and you know 876 yards. It's pretty much like what is it, 1993 or eight? Matter of fact, 1893. Excuse me, 1,893 yards rushing. I mean, you can't be mad at that. And you look at Tony Pollard's like seasons. He wasn't utilized well. 86 carries, 45 yards, 5.3 average. So he's averaged like 5 yards a carry. And especially this season where he had no fumbles, he had more carries and no fumbles. So I'm really looking at that, and I'm really trying to understand, what were the Cowboys thinking? You know, um, I think that Skip Pete, holds our running backs accountable. I think he did this season, and he saw the production. Now, even though Zeke did decline in production, he is getting older, and there are some nagging injuries that it looked like he had this season. Like Zeke doesn't look like how he used to look, and I think people need to understand that 2016 Zeke is no more. This is the Zeke that we have now, and you know, will he still be productive? I mean, he was still somewhat productive, but I think we need to utilize him in short yardage situations. And if we are going to bring Pollard back, we need to draft another running back. I do like Malik Davis. I don't know if we're going to keep him, but let's say if we were to draft a Bijan Johnson, or excuse me, Bijan Robinson out of Texas, that's a very good running back. That would be a very good, 1, 2, 3 combination. You have Bijan Robinson and Tony Pollard. Both backs have good speed. Bijan Robinson, he's more of a bruiser, and he has some moves to him as well. But I just wanted to go over this video real quick, guys. Just to let you know my thoughts on the firing. I just don't agree with it. Um, but we're just gonna have to see what happens. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the content because I'm coming out with more videos and more previews. Tomorrow, I'll be on the lookout for my preview of the NFC Championship between the San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles. And also, I'll pretty much be doing a synopsis on the Kansas City Chiefs versus Cincinnati Bengals and why I think the Bengals are going to beat them again. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the content. And you guys have a great day.